Welcome to the twilight zone of your mind. Prepare to dive into the depths of the human psyche with these chilling psychological facts that might just change the way you see the world and yourself. The mind, a labyrinth of hidden corridors and flickering lights, holds secrets that can both terrify and amaze. Are you brave enough to face the shadows within? In today's video, we explore over 20 psychological phenomena that are as intriguing as they are unsettling. Buckle up, because reality is about to get a whole lot stranger. Ever notice how we crave control even when we have none? That's your brain, hardwired to find patterns in chaos. Ever felt pressured to go with the group even when you knew better? That's the Asch Conformity Experiment at work. The more witnesses to a crime, the less likely anyone is to help. Disturbing, right? We call that diffusion of responsibility. Think beautiful people are automatically good? Well, you might just be under the influence of the halo effect. The mind can be a powerful healer, even tricking you into feeling better. That's the placebo effect in action. Incompetent people are often too incompetent to realize they're incompetent. Scary and true. Ever had your beliefs challenged only to cling to them even tighter? That's your ego fighting back. We crave consistency. When our actions and beliefs clash, it creates mental discomfort. We see what we want to see, even if it means ignoring the truth. Confirmation bias, it's why we stay stuck. We fear what's readily available in our minds, even if it's statistically improbable. Think shark attacks. The first piece of information we receive often unduly influences our decisions. Be wary of anchors. How information is presented drastically alters our perception. It's not what you say, but how you say it. We feel the pain of loss twice as strongly as the pleasure of gain. It's why we hold on too tightly. Ever keep investing in something even when it's clearly a lost cause? You've fallen for the sunk cost fallacy. We place a higher value on things we own, simply because we own them. Possession is 9/10 of the law of psychology. Tell someone they can't do something and suddenly they want to do it even more. Reverse psychology, anyone? Want someone to like you? Ask them for a favor. It's counterintuitive, but it works. Start with a small request, and you're more likely to get a yes to a larger one later. It's all about building compliance. Have you ever started with an outrageous request only to have it turned down? Well, that's the door-in-the-face technique for you. By beginning with something unreasonable, your real, more reasonable request suddenly seems like a much better option in comparison. Ever wondered why we crave what we can't have? That's the scarcity principle at work. By limiting the supply of something, demand for it simply skyrockets. It's essentially marketing 101, but with a clever psychological twist. It turns out the more we're exposed to something, the more we tend to like it. This is known as the mere exposure effect. Familiarity doesn't breed contempt. Instead, it breeds fondness, making us warm up to things through repeated exposure. We often overestimate how much our inner thoughts and emotions are obvious to others. Don't worry, you're not that transparent. Ever feel like everyone's watching you? Relax, you're not the center of the universe. Probably. We take credit for our successes, but blame our failures on external factors. It's a classic case of ego protection. We often fall into a trap called the fundamental attribution error, where we overemphasize dispositional factors and underestimate situational factors when judging others' behavior. It's like seeing someone react angrily in traffic and immediately thinking they're an aggressive person, rather than considering they might be having a really bad day. The just world hypothesis is another intriguing concept. We crave a sense of justice so deeply that sometimes it leads us to blame the victim. It's a coping mechanism for dealing with the randomness and often the unfairness of the world. It's like when people say they got what they deserved without knowing the full story. Then there's the Pygmalion effect, where high expectations lead to high performance. When you believe in someone, really believe, they might just surprise you. It's like a teacher who sees potential in a struggling student and through encouragement and support helps them excel beyond what anyone thought possible. Low expectations lead to low performance. Our beliefs can become self-fulfilling prophecies. People perform better when they know they're being observed. It's the power of attention and accountability. We overestimate how much others agree with us. It's a comforting illusion of shared reality. We tend to overestimate the likelihood of positive events and underestimate the likelihood of negative ones. We underestimate how long it takes to complete tasks. It's why we're always running late. We remember unfinished tasks better than completed ones. Our brains hate loose ends. We often judge our experiences not by the entirety of what happened, but by their most intense point and their end. This means that our memories of vacation memories or even painful medical procedures are shaped more by how they peaked and concluded than by their overall duration. Have you ever noticed how you can recall the first and last items on a grocery list better than those in the middle? That's the serial position effect at work. It demonstrates how primacy and recency effects play crucial roles in memory, influencing everything from memorizing a speech to remembering names. It turns out, our memories aren't as reliable as we might think. They can be easily distorted by suggestion and misinformation, affecting everything from eyewitness testimony to our personal recall of events, creating what are known as false memories or unreliable narratives. Collective false memories. Is it a glitch in the matrix or just the fallibility of human memory? Ever notice how, once you learn something new, you start seeing it everywhere? That's the frequency illusion. Once we know something, it's hard to imagine not knowing it, right? This often creates a communication barrier. We place a higher value on things we build ourselves, even if they're wonky. We tend to stick with the default option even if it's not the best choice. Inertia is a powerful force. The introduction of a less attractive option can make the target option seem more appealing. It's marketing magic. Have you ever noticed how individuals seem more attractive when they're in a group than when they're alone? This phenomenon is known as the cheerleader effect. It's all about the power of averages. Interestingly, making a mistake can actually make us more likable, as long as we don't do it too often. This is called the pratfall effect. It shows that showing vulnerability, even in small doses, can enhance our appeal. Here's a curious observation. We find people more attractive when their photos are flipped horizontally. This is referred to as the Benjamin Button effect. It's all about facial symmetry, which plays a key role in our perception of attractiveness. These psychological facts reveal just how complex and sometimes terrifying the human mind can be. The line between perception and reality blurs, leaving us questioning everything we thought we knew. If you found this video intriguing, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more content on the mysteries of the mind. And let us know in the comments which fact you found the scariest,